Welcome and hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this very special emergency broadcast edition of Un Poco Mas, the show where we give you just a little bit more. Of course, my name is Danny Deals. Tonight we are talking Nio Stock, Nio ticker symbol NIO. I'm just going to get right to it. I know I always say I'm going to make my videos short and then they're incredibly long, but I'm going to do my best here, folks. Basically, what happened? Okay, the stock has been going up off a floor of sort of the 360, I think 370 level, all the way down there not long ago, just over a month ago. In fact, basically the stock has doubled if you consider what happened today on the Hong Kong exchange. Just jumped up 20% off of the previous level, which had already been sitting at a 6 month high. So the stock is just basically going crazy. What's going on, Javier? How's it going? Welcome and hello, Javier. It's Un Poco Mas, guys. Un Poco Mas, the show where we try to give you just a little bit more. So Neo is up 20% in Hong Kong on heavy volume. It's already exchange has only been open for what 9:30, so it's only been open for 2.5 hours, and it's already more than doubled the normal trading volume. Look at the 6 month chart; you basically see where it is. You look at the 1 year; he's starting to basically get to this previous level of support last year. So things basically just going a little bit kooky right now. And then if you take a look at what happened, the news, this is Wall Street Journal, but it's a few other places. Neo shares jump after unit secures 1.9 billion investment. And this is from existing shareholders. I couldn't get this one because I don't have my subscription to the Wall Street Journal active. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of forgot about it, hadn't paid for it. I don't know. But I had it, I think, last month, and then I don't know what the hell happened. Probably my credit card expired or some bullshit. But anyway, we can read this one from Bloomberg. It's basically the same article. So Neo jumped the most nearly 5 months Monday after unveiling a cash injection worth $1.9 billion dollars from existing shareholders. The Singapore-listed shares of the loss-making Chinese gained 16%. As you just saw, they're up like 20% in Hong Kong. But remember, that was basically following on the back of the huge day on Friday in the U.S. exchange. So it's not like it's up 20% off a floor. It's kind of piggybacking, gapping up on the move in the U.S. exchange and then shooting up again from there. So it's maybe a little bit, seems a little bit more dramatic than it actually is. It's not like a true 20% move just this morning on this news, kind of cumulative with everything that's been happening. So the critical thing to understand here, guys, is this is the Chinese government, the Anhui. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Anhui province. It's that government, their emerging market funds, their technology funds, basically, government capital they're giving to Neo at, very favorable terms. You think a company burning cash, that this is not a risky company in the eyes of the Chinese government. It's a lock. This bet is a lock. They saved this company. They're sort of using it as a vehicle to dominate certain standards within the EV space, the battery space, help certain aspects of the power grid, and it's going to be a monster. And everybody's waking up to that. It's a funny thing. Institutional ownership went down to an all-time low in this stock. I'll get to that in a minute, but let me just get through this article. So Neo, this is the kind of the interesting part. So these Anhui Provincial Emerging Industry Investment Company Limited, Hefei Jingheng New Energy Automobile Investment Fund Partnership, they're going to put in 3.3 billion won in cash into newly issued shares of Neo Holding Company, also known as Neo China. Okay, Neo will directly invest an additional 10 billion yuan of cash into the new shares. So they're already putting in sort of 3-to-1. Neo, that's the company basically we own. It's a little bit more complicated than that. We basically own shares of junk paper in the Cayman Islands or something like that. But no, it's not really true. It is a legal structure. It has been tested in court. So, for whatever that's worth, of course, the Chinese government can snatch it back anytime they want. But for right now, we own these shares. Anyway, so initially they're putting in 10 billion and these other funds are putting in 3.3, right? So it's a 3-to-1 ratio already. They're investing 25%, Neo's investing 75% of these funds. Now, the transactions from all the parties will reduce the parent's holding to 88.3%, down from 92.1. The strategic investors, along with stakeholders, will hold the remaining 11.7%. This kind of gets interesting. I'll make a point about this in a moment, but this is a quote from Morgan Fudley. We believe this new investment will resolve the company's fundraising debate and enhance near-term cash flow. The investment from existing shareholders of Nio China should further enhance Nio's balance sheet. While Nio China has invested heavily in EVs, intense domestic competition, this kind of goes through some of the risks, the cash injections will be done in 2 installments. Now, this is the key. Nio will have the right to invest an additional 20 billion won to subscribe for more shares in Nio China by the end of next year based on the same price and terms. So if Nio is able to improve its cash position, if other investors come along, if it wants, it can basically reverse this tiny amount of dilution that it's had in this, the Chinese company that sort of we own. It's a holding company arrangement. I'm not, neither qualified nor have the patience, expertise, to try to explain how these sort of ADRs work. It's just a lot of people could do it a lot better than me. So I try to kind of stay in my lane, which is hyperbolic bullshit and nonsense. You guys just lap it up, you turds. Anyway, no, I love you guys. No, I don't. I can't stand you. I don't like people. My thing they say, I came, I saw, is like, I came, I saw, I had anxiety, and I left. So there. A little bit anticlimactic, isn't it? I don't know what you wanted from me. Anyway, I'm not sure where I was going with that. But so they can put in an additional 20 billion in addition to the 10 billion. So that would make the investment 3.3 billion won to Neo's 30 billion won. So it'd be almost like a 10-to-1 or a 9-to-1 ratio. So there's almost no dilution going on at that point. At least that's the way I understand it. So with its cash burn triggering analyst concerns, the company, which has never been profitable, reported a 4.5 billion won loss for the second quarter, but its quarterly sales surged to 17.5 billion won, defying weakening demand and slightly higher than analysts expected. Hefei, Huing, Hang, and Anhui, sorry about the pronunciations if you're Chinese, I apologize. Anhui Provincial Emerging Industrial Investment are affiliated with the municipal government of Anhui Province. The investors in the region are familiar with Nio, having done a deal for $1 billion of investment in 2020. This is basically the company who bailed out Nio the first time that the government did, the Anhui, and that's where their major factory is located, I believe, Nio Park, which at the time, that's NEO, if you're trying to look up Nio Park. It's not named after Nio, it's a different deal, which at the time alleviated concerns the company was running out of cash. In December, Nio also struck a deal to receive 2.2 billion from Abu Dhabi-based CYVN Holdings LLC, essentially 4 billion holders, which is a very good thing. Now, this is the point I wanted to make in terms of the stock price and the institutional ownership. So you see, sorry, wrong page, guys. I'm all over the place. Institutional ownership is basically in the toilet. All-time lows, right? So what do you see as this is crashing? You're seeing, of course, the stock price crashing, but you're also seeing that the I forgot where I was going with this, but as the stock price goes down, basically the stock price shoots up after Q2. You only have filings right now for Q2. So if you look at what happens, and just go over the last year, for instance, okay, so it's going down, down, down. This is the end of Q2, and then it falls off a cliff here, and then it stabilizes right at the beginning of August, consolidates, and then all through September it just goes absolutely crazy. So September is Q3. And all these hedge funds, all these billionaires, they keep saying, I keep reading these articles, you're seeing a ton of capital shifting from companies like Tesla to companies like Nio, and Nio specifically. Tesla watchers in China know this market, and they see what Nio is going to be, and they see what the Chinese state is lining up. So, I mean, you can either go, oh, this is unfair, the Chinese government is supporting this, they're choosing the winners of the game, or you can kind of ride the wave and see that there's, they have all kinds of reasons for wanting Nio to emerge as the winner in terms of the battery swap space. Because I don't think they want, certain companies, whether it be CATL, BYD, to control everything. It's too much power, and China's going to own this game worldwide. China's going to own EV worldwide. I think that's, and they're going to own the auto industry worldwide. It's sad but true. I mean, this is happening. This is already happening. Why do you think Europe and America want to erect these massive tariffs to these Chinese EVs? I mean, what is Nio? Nio was already not an extremely expensive product, kind of a mid-high-end product, unless you get to that 9 series, which isn't even out yet until 2025. But now with Onvo, they're sort of in that mid-range. They're undercutting the Model Y, which is poised to be, I think, the best-selling car in the world. Battery swap makes too much sense. Tesla may have missed the boat. And I say that as a Tesla investor and a huge admirer of the company and what they've been able to accomplish. And with great respect for their engineering, their first mover advantage, so many things about the company. Public relations, different things, maybe could be a little bit better. Focus. But in any case, guys, I'm just talking Nio. It's not to bash Tesla. I'm still, heavily invested in Tesla, but China is extremely important. And Nio is going to be a huge company in China. Look at Firefly. Okay, look at Firefly. People are worried about, the capital expenditure, CapEx, building out a separate, unique battery swap network that's smaller, lighter for Firefly. But think long term, think strategically. It makes so much sense because it opens the battery swap alliance. So many economy cars, small cars, cars that are perfect for last mile delivery, cars that are perfect for commuting, cars that are perfect for food delivery, all kinds of other things. They're not going to be able to operate on the platform of Nio's full-size batteries. They're too large, they're too heavy, and the capacity doesn't make sense because they're not going that far. So why not use that 60 kW pack? It's more than enough for the job at hand. Everybody wants to criticize the Onvo. They're like, oh, the battery pack's not adequate. You can only go, 200 miles or whatever. The average person may only go 20 to 30 miles. So for most people, it's overkill. People want more than they need. A lot of guys, you got a small wiener, you want an AR-15 where a good old 38 snub nose might do the job. It's not going to make your penis any bigger, guys. Anyway, welcome and hello and welcome. So my point was, you're going to see the filings show up in Q3 that these hedge funds are just buying the hell out of Nio off the floor they created. And they shorted the thing down way too far. I mean, it's an odd short on this stock because there's only a short interest of 163 million shares, but there's like almost 360 million shares on loan. And cost to borrow has been heading up. I mean, Thursday they borrowed another 7 million shares. Friday, 500,000 shares. Cost to borrow average is 3.63%, which is not that high. I mean, it's not going to create any kind of squeeze. But you start to see the stock jumping up, 12% on Friday. If it has another day like that on Monday, shorts that shorted from 4 are just bent over a barrel and taking a guided tour of the 50 states courtesy of William bin Lee. Know what I'm saying? Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. I got Steven Zunker, first name that jumped out at me live from the bunker. We got Jarrett Matson saying hello, hello, and welcome, Jarrett. We got Emir Jit. Good morning from the UK. Good morning, sir. Good eye, sir. Good eye. Do my worst UK accent for you. We got Richard Vaughn getting junior drifting champion of the world, and of course of our hearts. Welcome and hello, welcome and hello. We got the great Graham Coolstock. We got a lot of people from London. I guess it's that time. You chaps across the pond are up for a spot of tea and a bit of un poco moss. You didn't even ask for it. You got a little bit more, you didn't even want it. You didn't even know you needed it. You can't stand it. But it gets under your skin. It's like poison ivy, un poco moss. You just can't wash it off. As dirty as you feel and as much as you want to. Charles Stewart knows what I'm talking about. Hello, someone told me to come to the channel, then like and subscribe. Oh, Charles. Blasphemy. Guys, don't like and subscribe to this channel. I hate you guys. I hate you. I do this because I have to, not because I want to. What's the business case for Nio? They cannot compete. They're not competing. They don't have to compete with BYD. They just have to sell all the cars they can build and more. It's a big market. BYD is not going to own the whole market. BYD is not doing battery swap. BYD is not competing directly, I would say, with Nio. I mean, they're competing for everything. I'll grant you that. But they're not going to be the only player at the time. I'm not saying Nio also is going to be, the biggest player at the game, but when you count the battery swap alliance, especially if the government starts to mandate battery swap, where's BYD going to go? BYD is not bigger than the Chinese state. The Chinese state is in charge. They have the roadmap, and they want Nio to be a player at the table. And they're going to be. Because the Chinese government makes the rules. You don't think they're talking to the federal government over there before they're putting in billions of dollars from the provincial government? Come on. Come on. Think about it. I don't know. Chinese stocks doing cup and handle overnight. Hello, finally catching the live. What's up, Nader Garashi? I like that name. Hey, what's your name? Don't worry about me. This is my attorney, Nader Garashi. Oh, fuck. Nader Garashi. We're screwed. Let's settle this case. They retain Nader Garashi. He'll kick you right in your Karachi. And I'm not talking Pakistan, if you know what I mean, south of the equator. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean to defame the great barrister Nader Garashi. He's never kicked a client right in the twig and berries as much as they may have deserved it. We got Clap My Dog. Hi, everyone. We got Kramer90. Oh, my God. He's laughing his ass off, just rolling on the floor, rolling around down the dirt, rolling with the dogs, just getting dirty. We got Emir Jit. How about the merits of fast charging? Amir, this is what I need you to understand, because I talk to engineers. I know I'm down here. I first started investing in Tesla 2016. I had tenants working there. It's not the fast charging. It's the grid can't handle it all at once. And it's the battery swap stations make a lot of sense for the power grid, for the state, for the longevity of the batteries, for car owners to get in at lower cost. There's so many benefits of battery swap, the battery swap stations, that just go so far beyond charging speed. Okay, if you can charge a car's battery to full capacity in 10 minutes, tell me how many of those cars can do that all at once during rush hour? That's the real question. It's the practical matters. It's the practical applications of that technology. Yes, of course, in a lab somewhere, Samsung or BYD or Kimball Musk or whoever can strap electrodes to their testicles and fast charge something in a lab, or QuantumScape or solid state or semi-solid state or the Great Escape or whatever. You can push enough joules. I can push 1.21 gigawatts into a battery through my left testicle if you give me, enough money in a car battery and a street engineer from, I don't know, Watts. Somebody who's good with a... I have no idea what I'm talking about, guys. It's been a great day, but a long day, and I'm looking forward to Monday. Not But I am looking forward to the fact that the stock is going a little bit crazy. Let's see what's going on over here, guys. It seems like the algo really took hold after this thing got going. Nope, it's going back up. Oh my god. Do you guys understand how many options I have on this thing, this turd? I don't even. I'm gonna be afraid to. I'm gonna be not gonna be able to sleep. Danny's getting a bigger boat. Let's see if Nader Garashi will raise my allowance here as my trustee and guarantor and barrister, covering the entire old world. Nio battery infrastructure is my reason for investing because of AI revolution. We'll need so much. Yeah, I mean, it's already happening, Nader. I was reading articles about how AI is increasing the battery or the electricity consumption in the United States by like 30% already because all these servers they're running. When they talk about building these giant like servers and da-da-da, that's why they're trying to put like why it makes Nio battery swaps so much more important. I was saying you don't need to buy a mega pack from Tesla with all these new batteries that only serve one purpose and reach the end of their life, sort of senselessly sacrificing themselves with charging cycles that never were. It's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it just doesn't make sense. These single-use batteries that are in a fixed location, they're not used to their potential. It's illogical. It's lazy. It's stupid. Nio is smart. It's modern. It's nimble. Other people missed the boat. They thought this wasn't technologically feasible. But it is. And Nio has beyond proven the concept. And you don't have to admit it, but you have to accept it. I think it was Stone Cold Steve Austin who said that. And who are we to argue with the great Stone Cold? Not I, sir. Not I. Not today. Not in the company of so many respectable Europeans. And I'm just talking to Americans. I don't mind getting down into the gutter. And I get you Euros on board with your skinny pants and your, I don't know what the hell else you guys do over there. But anyway, so, that's what's going on. It's up 22% in Hong Kong. Heavy volume, 8 million shares traded, just back from that lunch break they take. I like the idea of a lunch break with my stock trading session. Give me a hoagie. Why do I need to be biting my nails the whole time? Get me a hoagie. Let's throw down. Let's throw down a pizza pie and then get back to the action. I don't need to be a hero. The concept is fine, but you're wrong. I guess. The concept of what? The concept of battery swap? It's not a concept, boss. It's across the whole of China, and Nio customers can't get enough of it. Average Nio customer battery swaps more than once a week in every Nio that's ever been manufactured ever. Do the math. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. My options say I'm right. My options say I was right when I told you turds to load the boat at 3. This thing's about to double in the last month, and I'm going to make more money than you piker, paper-handed D-bags will ever see in your lives. But I'm, not one to toot my own horn, but beep, beep, no. I mean, it is what it is. Like, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but I tend to be right, and you guys tend to be wrong, and scoreboard, that's the way it is. But I don't know what else I was going to talk about. Let me go to my intrepid notes written on an envelope. So, of course, we know Onvo's already being delivered. Let's see. Go to CNEV. Deutsche Bank gives a positive read on Nio China's new financing. I think that's a conclusion the entire market is drawing, is that this is a complete sweetheart deal from the Chinese government to push Nio's balance sheet to a better position so they can get profitable faster without, raising money that they really have to pay for. That's really what's going on here, guys. I mean, this is a setup. It's like Jimmy Chitwood said. I think I can take my guy if we set him up. I suggest those of you that are thinking about dumping your shares after this spike, go ahead and rewatch the film Hoosiers. Get a sense of the type of commitment it took for Jimmy Chitwood to stop playing basketball when his personal problems took hold. I don't know, guys. Are you Jimmy Chitwood? Are you Strap? Are you Barbara Hershey? Are you that sheriff guy who tried to disrupt the basketball practice? Oh, I have no idea what I'm talking about, guys, as you know. So, again, Firefly, the new swap standard, that second swap standard, the CapEx, it's not a bad thing. It's a great thing because it's going to let economy cars into the battery swap alliance. And the majority of cars that people can afford are economy cars, economy trucks. Let little delivery vehicles use battery swap. It's going to be very, very important. If you're not short-sighted or short-winged, it's a good thing. So that's basically all I had, guys. And they're really aggressively building out those Gen 4 swaps. Remember, just had a China a charging deal with Sinopec. They already have a battery swap station deal with Sinopec. So, we're full systems go here, guys, as far as Nio. The state's there. The factories are there. They're building, I think, 3 new factories right now. They're building 2 new battery swap station factories. I think a third's about to come online. So there's just all kinds of things going on. But deliveries were only like 3,200, I think. CATL production site catches fire. I noticed that Tesla exported their millionth car from the Shanghai plant, so that's a pretty big milestone. Again, people ask, why don't you do Tesla videos? Like, it's just done to death, guys. These like Tesla guys, I mean, U-turners in general were a horrible lot, just insufferable morons, just spouting hot air into the abyss. But the Tesla people deserve a special place in hell. Just, you're not going to believe this, but my 2025 price quote is $40,000. Like, no, I believe you'll say anything because you're an asshole. I mean, but so that I don't think I add anything to Tesla. It's the same reason Microsoft, my biggest holding forever since the 1990s, since I started buying stocks, first stock I bought. Why don't you cover Microsoft? Like, what am I going to add? I started buying it because I worked at a college bookstore and I kept seeing copies of software go out with like $1,200, $2,000 price tags. And I would deliver hundreds of these things to universities and hospitals. I was like, I didn't even know like who Mike, but I was like, okay, I got a little thing from my work pen. And I'm like, okay, I put it in Microsoft. All of it? I'm like, yeah. Not that I made a fortune. It's like, it was a very small amount of money, but yeah, I don't know where I'm going with any of that. But so it's like balance sheet improved, dilution minimal to none, opportunity to make it even less. Firefly coming out early next year, Onvo already out. I mean, they're looking at 5,000 units for Onvo just next month, and then they're looking at 20,000 units a month by Q2 of 2025. So that's only like 6 months away. 20,000 Onvo units a month, and then Firefly units start coming on board. So the cumulative effect on delivery is just going to go up and up and up, and you have to assume Nio's going to be going up too. They have refreshes coming out. Sorry guys, got some kids street racing outside. Let's see. So how high is Nio going? I think it's going to go to 15, right about meow, Kramer. I think it was up above 60. I think it's going to easily push up to 15. That's my opinion. Graham Coolstack, he's got 10,700 shares. I live in the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. I have a feeling I'm going to witness our auto industry get crushed. Hopefully Vaughn Gittin Jr., my cousin, are soon to change his tires. Absolutely, Richard. No, I just mess with you. I know you're just a normal guy. I don't know why I started calling you that, but I found it funny because I just saw an interview with that guy, Vaughn Gittin Jr., drifting champion. I'm like, the fuck is this guy? Like, it's drifting. It's just nonsense. But anyway, guys, so I don't know. I think it's going to 15 pretty quickly if they keep hitting on all cylinders. Maybe by early next year, I think it could be at 15. You just look at the valuations. These other companies, Rivian, Tesla, it doesn't matter who you look at. I mean, even like Lee, Xpeng, they're overvalued vis-a-vis Nio. These companies are making poor decisions. I mean, Lee is using gasoline, Xpeng is building flying cars, Nio is making an economy car for the mass market. Several of them, an economy, a mid-range, and they're a lot more affordable without that battery. It just makes a ton of sense. It alleviates a lot of the concerns: battery degradation, resale value, range anxiety. They're easy to sell, guys. They're saying orders are off the charts for the Envo L60, and competitors like Zeekr are terrified. They're trying to talk smack, but you better take it back, so you don't know how to act. You weak sauce bitches. No, guys, I'm kidding. I'm all about spreading love. So guys, I don't know. That's about all I've got. It's the Nio Stock. We'll have to see where she goes at opening. I think it's going to move up violently. I think shorts are going to try everything they can to step on it, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. Stock's up 21% in Hong Kong. Remember, it had 12% to catch up on, so it's really up about 10% off. Once you consider it gapping up. It was going to gap up anyway without this news. But this news is strong, and they just don't have the type of shorting we do in Hong Kong, so they really can't step on it as well as they like to. But volume's very, very high, already 3 times the normal volume, and there's still several hours left in the trading day. Anybody else have anything to say, you saucy bastards? Let's see. I think that was it. Anybody else? Thanks for checking in, by the way, Javier. Thanks for checking in, DVD. Steven Zunker, in from the bunker. We got Jarrett Matson. I already said hello to you guys. I think I said hello to everyone. Are starting to fly. You got it, Jake the Snake. 141414. Feeling underweight at 20%. Yeah, I got a lot of Nio options, man. I got a lot of Nio options. Long calls, like 2026. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know where the hell I wrote it down, but yeah, I was trying to add up how many Nio options I had. I had like 150 contracts, 116 for $10, and I have another 161 contracts at $5. I have 200 contracts, 750, 117.25. I'm up like 100. I mean, I could go on, but that's just one account. That's actually my SoFi account, believe it or not. I was just silly over there. I had a little cash, so I was silly little freak. Anyway, so who else we got? We got DVD. Buy some $10 leaps. Yeah, they're too cheap right now. Have a good one too, DVD. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, still down on the year. Very true, Kramer. But I mean, that to me is just only matters where it is right now. And that to me, it says it's going to go up because the fundamentals, everything has improved dramatically in the last year. So it should be worth way, way more than it was a year ago. And you're about to see that happen. It's about to blow your depends clean off, Kramer 90. Just wait for it. How many of you turds have SoFi? I have a ton of SoFi leaps, JP. Don't kill my leaps with your interest bullshit. Just leave me alone. Anyway, guys, I don't know what else I was going to talk about. Yeah, you look at Max Payne for this week, guys. It's 550, and this could open at 750. So I don't know. There's not that many calls. I mean, it's not extremely heavy volume, but there's a lot of calls at 650 and 7. A lot of calls at 650 and 7. So I don't know, guys. Option sellers are about to get kicked in both nuts by a steel toe boot. So get ready, because this ain't funny. My name's Danny Deals, and I'm about to get money. You guys have a great night. This has been Un Poco Mas. I am so happy you all have joined me. It's been the honor of my life talking to you nameless, faceless automatons out there in the interweb. But I hope you guys have a great night or day. If you're in London, I guess it's day, or wherever the hell you are, whatever the hell time it is. I hope it's health and happiness for all of you. De salud. Bye-bye. It's Danny Deals. Thank you. Peace. I'm out.